Learn yourself, master yourself, become your best self.
All right, 1 o'clock on the dot. Hello. Welcome to day 7, which is play. Today's yoga sequence is all about playing. Give me a second to get this off. Day 7 of 11 days of yoga. Sorry, this is really loud. Right here on IG every single day up until May 23rd, which is when I'll be dropping my podcast from the mat, which is all about individual messages that first came to me through time spent on the mat, and now I am passing them on as an archive to you. So today we are going to play something that I really love from Adrienne Louise, her on Instagram, she's Yoga with Adrienne, or no, it's Adrienne Louise now, but on YouTube it's Yoga with Adrienne, is she says, no yoga robots, and that is so true. I remember I went to a yoga class in New York, and the woman next to me was rushing the process so much just to get to the pose. Every time our instructor said, okay, now we're gonna go into down dog, I mean, she was like, ugh. She was just there. There was no water element to her specific practice. She just like every pose, it was here. Super yoga robot. So today I want to get away from that concept that yoga is just the poses itself. A way that I explained it to a friend recently is the pose, it's like if you're doing martial arts, right? You're going to get that belt. That's kind of something that you may be striving for. But the process of going to get that belt is the yoga itself. So when you move through the motions, that's the whole process. And the pose is when you finally get that belt. You don't get that belt overnight. You have to progress to that stage. So we're gonna build on the vinyasa flow that we've already done. If you've never done a vinyasa flow, I'll demonstrate it really quickly, and then we will break it down and just play. Like, today's sequence is just showing you that you don't have to be so exact with every single yoga pose. This is great for an at-home practice, and I do this mostly for my own at-home practice. I never do a regular sequence at all. I just falling all over the place. Like, I just do whatever my body wants to do. But when you're in a class and you may feel a little pressured by all the people around you and just wanting to honor the instructor, you usually do what the instructor says. But having a home practice, you have the space to just play. So I got some chill hop music going on in the background. If you know me, I love chill hop. Oh, and since today's play, I have this cute little emoji. I have this cute little filter on when it's this little sun. Usually I've been doing these yoga sessions at about 4:30 because, let's be honest, the lighting in my apartment looks great at 4:30, but it's an overcast day, so I brought this little sun in to kind of honor our playful practice today. And I'm wearing my Thing One shirt, also to honor a little bit of play today. So let's jump on the mat. So let's get on your mat. We're gonna stand at the top of our mat, and we're just gonna raise our hands over our heads and reach. Kind of like you're just reaching up. Just reach for the sky, reach for the sky. Once again, this is playful vinyasa. We're not doing this to be super exact, to learn all the movements and all the technical terms, mountain pose and this and this and that. We're just playing. So you're reaching your hands over your head, and from here you're gonna rain or swan dive. If anybody remembers that, oh my gosh, that Old Spice commercial with the black dude, he's like, swan dive. This always makes me think of that. So you're gonna swan dive down and just allow the top of your body to hang. Feel free to wave back and forth a little bit, shake your head. Yes, and then shake your head, no. If it feels good to wrap your hands around your calf muscles and feel those out for a second. We're just playing in the pose. So if your body prompts you to move in a way that's not specifically here, which is where we're supposed to be right now, do it. Just play around a little bit. Okay, from here we're gonna come up to a flat back. So imagine your back being flat, hands can be wherever. You know, actually I'm gonna turn this music up just a little bit too. And if you feel inclined to move with the music, by all means do. I have a yoga sequence on my IG or IGTV where I'm listening to, I don't know, some Bob Marley song, and I'm just like, I'm in my yoga flow, but I'm just playing and having fun at the same time. So this is our same thing that we're doing today. So let's get our hands to the, sorry about that, my alarm went off. Anyway, like I was saying, hands to the ground, we're gonna bend our knees and we're gonna walk back to a plank position or push-up position. And from here, we're not gonna hang out too long. Let's go ahead and either bend the knees or come straight down by bending the elbows. And you're gonna push up. If you can push up all the way, cool, hang out here for a moment. Feel out your hips, maybe look over your shoulders. If not, if only here's where you can come, that's fine too. You can wiggle around, feel out your body, but I'm gonna come all the way up here. My hips always need to be opened up just a little bit more, especially since I started taking up jiu-jitsu seriously in the last month. Hip openers are so important for doing certain guards. Anyway, so let's push back to, actually let's hang out in cat-cow for a minute. So a little hygiene for cat-cow. Hands, fingers gonna be spread really wide and planted directly in front of your knees. And we are going to arch our backs. And we're gonna sink our backs down. Once again, playful practice. So if your body asks you to like move around and feel out in your back, feel free to. If you come over here, that's fine. If you come to the other side, that's fine too. We're doing playful vinyasa practice. So arch your back. And arch your back again. And you can rock back and forth, whatever feels good to you today. For some reason, well, my back is always tight, my lower back is tight, so this feels good. Something else Adrienne Louise says is coming off of those railroad tracks. A lot of times when we're doing this pose, we're right here, just right here, but you're coming off the railroad tracks a little bit, feeling out the back. All right, we're gonna push up, butts in the air to downward facing dog. And same thing, pedal out the feet. Maybe move the body one way, move it the other way. If you're super flexible and you want to go there, feel free to take a wild thing, if you know what that is. Wild thing is lifting the leg over, hand comes up, and you stretch. Very playful vinyasa practice today. Explore. Get off your yoga mat. I challenge you to get off of your yoga mat today. If you're here, if you've done yoga before and you've always been on your mat, play around. Do your down dog with wide legs. Try that out. All right, now we're gonna walk slowly up to the top of our mats. And we're gonna hang. Again, wrap your hands around your elbows to get a better stretch in your lower back. Shake your head no, shake your head yes. Take a really deep breath and exhale. Just play around. See what your body's asking you to do. From here, we're gonna exhale, all of our air out, bend the knees, and inhale up. Hands are gonna come above the head. And we're going to exhale. Oh man, I feel so good. Oh, I'm gonna come over here because my little son is back. Hey son. So we're gonna close with a little something from the mat. I'll keep this music on because we're vibing. But, so today's reading is on balance. I actually wrote this when I first started the podcast about a year ago. So actually nothing I'm about to read pertains to anything that I just said. All right. At this point in time, especially in our Western society, we still perceive stillness as something that needs to go be obtained, which is why I say for now, if it's where you are, understand that it's okay. If you feel the need to go ground yourself, if you need to physically remove yourself from your current situation and go find that me time. People often say going for a run is me time. Painting their nails is me time. Especially if you have kids, using the bathroom can be your me time, or at least those couple of minutes where they haven't figured out where you're hiding and start banging on the door. From our action-based society, we often project outward things that are most beneficially practiced inward. If you are at the space of awareness where you must go and find stillness, by all means do it. Soon you will, through this practice, find yourself going to find your stillness less and less and becoming the stillness. The space of stillness is already in you. Balance is already in you. That was day 7. Thank you for joining me on the mat. Tomorrow is day 8, which is, tomorrow is hot yoga. So I'm not actually gonna be in a hot yoga studio or anything like that. I'm not gonna be outside, but tomorrow is hot yoga, which means we're gonna use the same vinyasa practice that we started on day 4, that we built on day 5, that we continued with Hajar the Healer on day 6, and that we played with today on day 7. We're gonna use that same vinyasa flow to explore strength and heat in our body and our muscles. So what that's gonna look like is the poses that we've been doing, or the poses we've been going through, we're gonna hold them for a little bit longer, and we're going to find out how we can use stillness and movement to create heat in our body from this same little vinyasa practice that we've been doing. Thank you once again for joining me on the mat. Thank you for listening to an episode of From the Mat, my podcast, which is dropping on March 23rd, and I will see you tomorrow for day 8. Love and light.
Learn yourself, master yourself, become your best self.